Welcome back everyone to my beginner's casual guide of Dark Souls. After clearing the Undead Asylum, here we are in Firelink Shrine, the main hub of the game. I say that, but really it's more my opinion of it. Here is where you are actually able to start involving PvP and such, but we'll get to that in a minute. You also have messages from other players, starting to become more of a constant thing, but you also have this gentleman over here.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess, fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first, but there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum, but too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, two bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land, the undead?
Also, I shouldn't think it smart to tell, don't swing at NPCs. You can aggro them, and they can kill you very easily. NPCs are strong. Not all of them, but most of them are pretty strong. So he gave us a good bit of information there. But here we can pillage a corpse for 3 goddamn humanity. And that gives us 4 overall. Humanity is important. Read it. Important. Don't ever abuse humanity. Unless you have like a lot of it. Like 30 some. What humanity does is, if used as an item, it will fully heal your ass. Pretty easy, right? But you will gain 1 hard humanity, I should say. The number next to our health and stamina meter is our humanity meter, counter of sorts. That is a hard humanity. When you have 1, you can, you can spend 1 humanity at a bonfire to reverse your hollowing and make you human. This opens you up to PvP and summoning. I'll get to that later though. Down these stairs is a completely different area. Inside this cage is a woman. She cannot speak, but if you talk to her, she will reinforce your Estus flask. She's what they call a firekeeper. She's the one kind of tending the bonfire upstairs. If she dies, you lose that bonfire. Just keep that in mind. Don't let anything happen to her. Reinforcing your Estus flask just makes it a little bit more powerful. Not something we immediately need. Down these stairs is a location called New Londo Ruins. We aren't geared for that just yet. A lot of people are tempted to go down there immediately. There's a good way to farm down there, because a lot of the enemies immediately down there don't fight back exactly. There's also a, blacksmith down there. But, again, we don't really have a whole lot to go on. What you want to pay attention to, ladies and gentlemen, is up here. If you dive down here real quick, if I remember correctly anyway. I thought you could roll through that. My bad. I actually haven't been this early in the game in quite some time. I'm pretty sure there is something at the end of this little hallway. Indeed there is. 6 fire bombs. Those are useful as hell. I'm not gonna use them, more likely than not. But hey, 6 fire bombs is better than no fire bombs. Up here, you have this guy.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Firelink. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
If you talk to him, this
Hello
guy is
there.
actually the miracle
I
guy.
realize that I have requested that we retain our distance. But I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
We got a copper coin. I think you give that to Scruffy or
Oh
something.
my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
Say yes.
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
Join Covenant? There's really no harm in doing this now, so yes. Now if you are on a bald account, like a lot of beginners are, you'll get a trophy
Now,
right there.
let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
Okay, so here we can actually purchase from him miracles for a lot more than we have. But miracles are basically your overall support magics. Then you have force. What does force do? Oh, it's a force push of sorts. It's complicated, I'll get into it later. You also have Talisman and the Firelink Talisman. Talismans are the item you need to equip if you want to use miracles. I'll get into it later.
Come
Since
again.
we don't really have a
The
miracle.
effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
Thank you, sir. You can break jars. Might as well note that. Barrels and jars and shit like that do break. And I think it's just a thing for the Havoc engine to fuck around with, if you ask me. Up here, while there's nothing here just yet, there's an item around the corner. And up these stairs. Right here, you have the Soul of the Lost Undead. Again, there are lots of these. And over here, later there will be elevators, but right now they're just holes. But if you're brave and a little risk-taking, just fall down. You won't take any damage from this fall, but other falls will very much damage you. Be warned about that. But if you come this way, there are chests, and a lot of them. Back here you have a cracked red-eye orb. Oh boy. Over here you have a morning star and a talisman. Save your money, kids. Over here you have 6 homeward bones. And over this edge here, the way out, you have Lloyd's talisman. 4 of those. Now, the Morning Star is really a thing if you prefer it. It's a little stronger, but also a little slower than your longsword. A little heavier too. Otherwise, we have Lloyd's Talisman, which... Okay, Lloyd's Talisman and the Cracked Red-Eye Orb and the Black Separation Crystal are all PvP things. The Black Separation Crystal will stay with you, I do believe. It is an infinite use item of sorts. The Cracked Red-Eye Orb will cause you to leave your game and invade another. Only if you're human, though, so don't get your heart on too soon. We're not human yet. And the Lloyd's Talisman prevents Estus recovery within a limited area. If you use this while PvPing, like while attacking someone, they can't heal. It's pretty awesome. Homeward Bones just return you to the last bonfire you rested at no charge. Except for the Homeward Bone. The Dark Sign does that, but you lose your humanity and your souls. So it's practically dying without the death. That having been said, I don't know if I'm going to PvP at all in this run, but you have a way down now. You'll run. There are stairs to your left, you can kind of see them. When you hit the ground, run. That's all I'll say, because when you land down here, those guys spawn. These guys are beyond our abilities. I'm saying that now. You run this way. Also be wary of your sprint and water. I mentioned water sucked before, right? They should be coming. There it is. This is a skeleton. And this is probably where we die the first time. They are fast. They are brutal. You have a chance to kill them at this stage, but it's not good. Your weapons are really weak, and they can parry you and riposte you if you're not paying attention. When they raise their sword like that, do not swing at them. They will stab you in the head. Your objective really is to block a move. Block their wind-up, get behind them, and stab them. It's faster this way. I don't think you're very good at parrying at this point, so don't try to parry them. Be brave, and you die. But if you cheese them with backstabs, you have a better shot at this. Our first skeleton kill. I was actually not expecting to win that. Abuse backstab when you can. It's usually only used on enemies about your size. Oh, I was really hoping this part would be a little long. I guess we could do that. That is the most of the Firelink shrine I want to show off at this point. I will warn you, I got into this game because I watched Slow Beef's playthrough of it. Avoid that tree. That tree's a bitch. Stay away from the tree. There. I said it. Avoid the tree. I'm not expert at this game. I've died in PvP more than I've won in PvP. So I'm gonna stay human, well, stay undead for now, because I don't want to get invaded and get my dick rocked. Up this way is where we want to go. This is also where you'll fight a handful of enemies. That guy up on the ledge over there, like, not the one on the left, but the one up there on the right, will throw fire bombs infinitely at you. Stay out of range. That having been said, stay behind the stairs. He will come down after you. If you get right about here. Oh, bitch. Hollow soldiers, man. There's also a guy back there. We'll worry about him in a second. I kind of want to show you a range on this guy. There's a bit of a cliff there, so he'll constantly hit that, but if you're unlucky, he will miss the cliff and hit you. Aim at the soldier over here. Actually, he's an undead knight, isn't he? This is the same kind of guy you fought in the asylum. Just be careful. Backstab him if you can. That should take care of it. There you go. Yep, see, he's hitting the ground now. I'm actually going to weasel around here real quick and grab this item, if the game lets me. Take it. Soul lost undead. 200 souls are better than no souls. And up here is where we'll fight this guy. But what we really want to do is play a little smart. What you want to do is run forward and run behind here. Take care of this guy first. He will draw his weapon, the firebomb guy, and come after you. If you run after the axe guy first, your chances of surviving firebomb guy are a lot better, especially if you stay on this side of the stairs. Stay on this side of the stairs. I don't believe there are any items for me back here. But then there's also this guy over here. He's a simple ninny. Don't worry too much about him. Boom. Now before I go back down there, there's this item over here. Another soul lost undead. Again, 200 better than nothing. You have this giant rat. Don't let it hit you. Whatever you do, do not let it hit you. It will poison the fuck out of you. Just to know. Another soul lost undead. Get used to that, kids. Oh, almost ran off because I'm not paying attention. Okay, so there is a little bit of a secret, and it could be very useful if you know you're gonna die. There's an item over there, but if we walk over here, there's nothing. We can't reach it. Back up a good distance. I'm going to miss. Sprint. And double tap. That's jumping. That's the only way you can jump. Yeah. Now we have to skirt this edge. Don't fall off now. You made the jump. And for our troubles, we get a ring of sacrifice. Now, I wouldn't be too unholy surprised if I just killed myself here, just trying to get back. Hug the wall. Don't get brave. Now, getting back, you want to do the exact same thing, only you have less wind-up room. So, back up as far as you can. Sprint. Jump. Probably a little bit safer, just a little bit more edgy because you don't have enough room. Well, as much room. You have plenty of room. Alright, so we are actually ready to begin the next area. And since the video isn't too god-awful long just yet, heal, because I can. Let's go. There's a gated door at the end of this. It's locked. We'll get to that later. So we're just turning left and up these stairs. Now be warned. Bravery, yada yada. You have an enemy to your left. This is where the fighting begins. Welcome to the Undead Burg. Tutorial's over, kids. The undead soldiers are going to be pretty easy, all things considered. The ones with the axes hit a lot harder. Obviously, because they have axes. But enemies drop things sometimes, and this one dropped a cracked wooden shield. Not nearly as good as the shield we have, so let's ignore it. Despair. There are lots of items down there. Maybe we'll find them. You have this guy. He throws firebombs. He's not your friend. He'll try to get close to you and then throw firebombs. There's also a guy in the door to the left of him. So let's see if we can weasel him out a little bit. Here he comes. So there you go. Optimum way of taking care of that asshole. And here's this guy. Hey, dude. Why do you walk so slow? Ninny. And in here, there's really not much to see. Sometimes, and I mean like twice maybe in the whole game, you'll actually uncover something by rolling into these. There's something up there. But it's not something we can reach just yet. Another fog door, but let's not worry about that just yet. What we want to worry about is down here. Destroy these barrels, and there's this little hole in the wall here. Jump down and get yourself a large soul of the lost undead. Worth a little bit more. I think it's like 400. You see an undead hanging there, a hollow. Well, prepare to fight, because this shit about to get crazy. You fall down and they immediately spawn. Fight. Fight hard. Defend. Do what you can. Not the hardest thing in the world, definitely not the easiest. Just pay attention to your surroundings. You want to make sure that when you're on these ramparts, they can't reach you. In here, I think we're safe in here. There's an item over here. We have a soul lost undead. They're kind of army with souls at this point. For good reason. Blocked off, can't go. So we're just going back out. The camera can get a little fucky sometimes. Hey guy. I'll be around to fight you later, dude. Now there's a bit of a fight coming on, and honestly a lot of people have died to this. Need head. Yes, think. Always think. As you can tell, there are guys hanging there. Take care of them. You don't get any drops for killing those guys, but hey, they're not coming up on you. Rubbish! Oh! Piss. There you go. Taking care of those two guys will stop the others from being much of a problem, at least in my opinion. Which is very expert. The rubbish is also for Scruffy, or whatever the fuck the bird's name is. So, yeah, it's there. It's there for your enjoyment. What died? Something try to follow me? Anyway, we have a humanity for all of our trouble, and honestly, that's one of the easier humanities in the game to get. Just take it. And I missed. Shit. You can plunging attack just about anything. Just aim better than me. You should be fine. Anyway, it is time to go through the fog door. This one does not lead to a boss, but it leads to kind of a scare. Over in this corner, you have... you guessed it. I don't think there's anything in these. Oh, well, break them anyway. Construction property. No one alive is here, right? Stuck with a piece of wood. That's cool. You have over here, I don't believe you can make that jump. You can definitely try, but you won't be able to. Climbing these stairs, prepare for a scare. Yup. We'll be seeing him later. Don't you worry, you little head. Now, this is going to be your next fight with an archer. If you look on the ramparts there, he's already firing arrows at me. There's this guy here. He's your standard noise. Back away from the archer, lure him away, and take care of him like that. Archer's really good, though. That guy in particular is just really good at what he does. He's a major pain in the ass. So if you step out a little too much, he will hit you. There's also a guy behind here. He'll break out, don't worry. Boom. Always have your shield up in this little section. You never know when danger is. Backstab that. You can't get hit during backstabs or riposte. Enemies won't hit you. Opening this door. Nothing really in here. Amazingly enough. Except for a wooden shield. If you want it, you know. It's there. And just like that, this guy is actually a knight with a crossbow. So he actually will take a few more hits. 3. A whole 3 hits. Amazing. But we have our first bonfire of the area. This is Undeadburg, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't get more difficult or it doesn't get any easier than this. But I'm gonna level up. I actually want to increase my resistance. Yeah, resistance. I'm going to sell my souls. Use my souls a little. All 7 of them. Because I figured, why not? Level up again if we can. But here's where it's important to note that, bonfires respawn enemies, so don't be reckless here. Running out will get you attacked. I actually want more strength. Yeah. Strength. We are level 9. We are in the Undeadburg. And next time, I'll show you a few things around here. A few steps to maybe survive a little easier. Thank you all for watching. I hope I helped you. All you beginners out there who can't figure this shit out on your own. If you want to play along, feel free. It's pretty fun. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care.